The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Niners, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Play fake. Murray. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. But we know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. But you know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their first drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive coordinator, because that's all he's preached all week long. Keep him hemmed in. Don't let him get into the
under pressure, and they got to him again. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Lance looking to throw it. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The Niners hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That's pulled in at the 32. We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Lance. Shakes off the sack, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's Rodgers on the return. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And some space here, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Lance. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 91 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Conner on first down, able to take this one forward for about 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On play action, it's Murray. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver move.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have moved out in front. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
His throw incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
On play action, Lance. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. The kick by Fairbairn is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here comes a return from a few steps into the... And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A final shot before half for Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score there. And oh, he coughed it up. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball, let's go down and score, put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They go back to Pollard on second down. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll try and run forward with Conner. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Murray a give. This is Conner. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Murray now, third and goal. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
To throw again on second down. Lance. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now a play fake. Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
To throw on second and 10. Lance. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Niners have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And a loose football. And this is going to be 49er football. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Second and short now following the fumble. From the gun, Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Murray now on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Pollard here once again. Back-to-back catches. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
107 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Murray off play action. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. They'll run on 1st down. It's Green. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down.
Lance back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Lance to throw for it on fourth down. Open man is Ayuk, complete.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw is Murray. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
Murray, one final try. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles Wood treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here. Know that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for San Francisco, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.